Sports Radio, MLB Closing Time Show. It is Wednesday, August 18th. Ian Cameron, Conor Mack. We're ready to break down the Wednesday card. Apologies for the delays in the show today. We're doing some behind-the-scenes college football previews, getting them out there, getting them done, more importantly, so that we can put them on the channel and have them there for your viewing pleasure. So that's why the delay. But we're here now. We figured we'd push the show back because it's a smaller card tonight, not as many games. Let's get to it, though. We'll start with the Boston Red Sox and the New York Yankees. Nick Pivetta, Andrew Heaney on the mound in this matchup. We're looking at the Yankees here, about minus 115, minus 120. Home favorites, 10 the total in this game. I get it. The Yankees are the team with the momentum, the team that's playing in better baseball form right now than the Red Sox. Red Sox slumping. The New York Yankees are hot. There's no denying that right now. But the way I see it, Pivetta, I want to back Boston here because of Pivetta's road numbers, which have been good, and I have no problem going against Andrew Heaney, none whatsoever. Andrew Heaney's been a disaster. This is a prime spot for Boston to avoid the sweep. I like the way this Boston team going into this with the way Pivetta's pitching. Yeah, you could look. The Yankees are red hot, tough to go against them, but Boston, I probably won't bet Boston for a while if they lose tonight, but I like Pivetta in this situation. I don't like Heaney at all, one bit. Boston should be able to get some runs off him tonight in this game. So I like Boston a little. First 5 and full game split is what I'm going to do. Split it up between the two. I wouldn't argue with the over, but it's 10. Pivetta has been better on the road than at Fenway. I think Boston team total, I'd feel better about that than maybe the full game over. But I think this is a Red Sox spot. I think they have the starting edge, and I'd go to the Red Sox here. They need to stop the bleeding. This is their best chance because say what you will about their starting rotation overall, but Pivetta's been one of their better bright lights the last month or so, and most of his better games have been on the road. What do you think here, Conor Mack? Red Sox, Yankees?
Yeah, Yankees are red hot. They're making their move, and the Red Sox need this game bad to stop the bleeding, as they say. There could be runs. Pivetta, I'm not that high. I just, as good as they hit lefties, I got to take the Red Sox. Whether it's their team total over 4.5 minus 110, or take them plus 105 in the game. I just don't love Heaney on the mound. I think he gives up 4 or 5 runs here. So, and Pivetta might get hit. That's why maybe lean to. I like the team total. It's not that big of a price. Red Sox are plus 105. The over 4.5 minus 110. Martinez is 3 for 6 with 2 homers. Bogart 7 for 13. Heaney's got some success off other guys, but they hit lefties. Kike, they should have a right-handed dominant lineup in. So, yep, I am on the Red Sox. They're getting their ass kicked. I'm on the Red Sox here. I just don't want to back Heaney here tonight, but the Yankees are rolling.
And to be honest with you, this is the only starting pitcher I want to fade right now for the Yankees. It's Heaney.
I would take anyone.
He's been awful. He's been terrible,
Montgomery,
and especially at Yankee Stadium. He's been bad.
Yeah.
This is the Red Sox spot. Like it doesn't mean they're going to win, but I have to back them because I trust their Pivetta a little bit more in this game. I'm on Boston here. First 5 full game split. Angels and Tigers. We move on now to this one. It is Tariq Skubal, Shohei Ohtani, the pitching matchup here. Angels minus 130, road favorites, 8.5 the total. Angels favored with Ohtani on the mound on the road. And I've been on Detroit a lot. I was on them last night. They lose to the Angels. I'm not on Detroit tonight. I like Ohtani, obviously, the way he's pitched, but I'm not going to lay minus 130 here. This is a pass for me. It's priced, where it should be. I'm not laying a price with the Angels, but I'm not about to go against Shohei here in this spot either. So this is a game that pretty much right from the get-go, I didn't have much of an opinion on it. What do you think here, Conor? Angels, Tigers?
Yeah, this one I don't. Man, Tigers had all the chances yesterday. They blew it. They ended up blowing it in the ninth, giving those runs, but they should have had 5 or 6 runs last night, won that game. Yeah, I look at the first 5 under 4 here. It's even money. You might be able to get a 4.5 out there. Scubal's the important part here. His last 2 starts have been really good. Can he pitch well again? I'm not afraid of that Angels offense. I know they scored a couple runs. Other than like Fletcher and Ohtani, Walsh is back. I don't think that lineup's very good. So I lean the first 5 under 4 here. See if we can get it under. I like the Angels. I don't want to lay 130. Ohtani's the better pitcher, but I don't want to lay that number on the road after they won yesterday.
All right, we've got the next up. I would lean over at 8.5. Someone's saying over in the chat. I'd lean in that direction. at least over, just because it's 8.5, and you got bullpens that are still a little spotty on both sides. Atlanta, Miami, Charlie Morton, Jesus Luzardo on the mound here. Atlanta minus 240, road favorite, 7.5 the total. I'm right back to the well, even though last night it fell short. I did cash the over 2 nights ago with the over with the Braves and the Marlins. I'm coming back to it tonight. I think Luzardo gets hit by this red hot hitting Atlanta team. Morton, I think, can give up a couple here. He's not been as good on the road necessarily at times this year, although he's been very good for most of the second half of the year. I still think the Marlins could be able to get a couple of runs across the board against him. Atlanta takes care of the rest. Yeah, I wouldn't argue with Atlanta team total over as well, which is right now 4.5, minus 120. I think that's actually up. I might add that one as well, the team total plus the full game over. I think Atlanta can get to 5 runs, and I think Miami can score a couple at least, if not 3, and we get this game over the total. So that's the way I'd play it. I'd go Braves team total over. I'd go over 7.5 with this one. What do you think here, Connor Mack?
Yeah, Luzardo, since coming back starting, he's got 5 innings against the Mets, 3 runs, Colorado 4 2/3, 7, and then the Cubs 5 runs there. I got to take the Braves team total, minus 130 here. It's about the same as the run line. You could go there. I agree. I think this game could go over. I loved the under yesterday, and that got there. It's just Luzardo. I got to think the Braves, after kind of getting shut down, of course they won the game. They score 5 or 6, and I lean over. I'm not going to bet that one. I'm definitely betting the team total, though, over 4.5 here with the Braves.
All right, we have the Baltimore Orioles and the Tampa Bay Rays next up. Now the prices are getting astronomical. People are now odds makers are figuring out we got to price this Baltimore team even worse than they are already. And Tampa Bay now minus 340 in some spots as favorites here. 9 the total. You got to lay out about minus 200 close to it with the run line here on the Tampa Bay Rays. Lewis Head will be the opener for the Rays. It'll be the lefty Ryan Yarbrough after a stint on the COVID-19 reserve list. Will be making his first appearance as well after Lewis Head in this game. Yarbrough against Baltimore's kind of struggled here. So this is a game where, the total of 9, I might lean a little bit over the total here. I certainly don't want Baltimore, but now we're not talking minus 120 anymore to lay a run and a half. We're talking minus 180, minus 190 on this run line here for the Tampa Bay Rays. It's just the value's gone now. And with a Lewis Head, Ryan Yarbrough combination to start this game on the mound for the Rays, I'm not in a rush to lay a run line here with Tampa, even though I can't back Baltimore and I can't back Spencer Watkins. It's been terrible for him. 4 straight starts, 4 runs, 5 runs, 6 runs, 0-4 in those games. And Baltimore's lost all those games by a minimum of 4 runs. So, if you want to lay that big price on the run line with Tampa, go for it. I wouldn't say it's the wrong side. They probably do still have a good shot to win by 2 runs or more, but it's just the value is gone now from that type of bet. I would lean over 9 if anything, but just lukewarm. What do you think here, Connor Mack, Rays and Orioles?
Yeah, I've been on 2 days in a row. I think I'd have to get there again with the Rays team total. It's better than the run line. One thing is, whether it's Head or Yarbrough, the Orioles can maybe score some runs off a lefty here. So I kind of with you. I lean the over 9 just a little bit here. But man, this price is huge. Going to get huge prices like this. Man, almost wants to jump on the Orioles. Watkins just hasn't been good at all.
Yeah, he has not been good at all. That's why and with Baltimore on the streak they're on, a massive losing streak. They've lost pretty much all those games by multiple runs. They just can't back them, cannot endorse them in any way, shape, or form right now, this Orioles team. Milwaukee and St. Louis. We've got Milwaukee here, minus 120 road favorites, 7 the total. Freddie Peralta and Jack Flaherty on the mound here in this one. Brewers got the job done last night. This is tough. These are 2 really good pitchers. Obviously, they pitched well. The one thing that concerns me about Peralta is the Cardinals are the one team that he's had a little bit of a struggle against. Not saying he's been lit up by the Cardinals, but he has had some trouble against them in the past. So that makes me a little leery of Milwaukee. I'd lean the Cardinals here a little bit. Flaherty was very good in his return. We'll see if he can pitch well again here in this game. total's very low for this game at 7. Very, very. You don't see 7s very often, and you don't see me wanting to bet unders of 7 very often. It's just too tight, a squeeze, not enough wiggle room usually to bet under. So there's some people in the chat liking the over. Not personally for me with these two starters, but that is a very low total, and all it takes is some bullpen issues later in the game, and you could get the game to go over the total. So I understand from a value perspective, yeah, 7s are a rarity these days in MLB, but just a lean for me to St. Louis here a little bit, first 5 full game. Connor, what do you think here with the Brewers and the Cardinals?
Yeah, this is a game I'm off. I like Peralta all year and Flaherty. 9-3, 2.26, 9-1, 2.65. Brewers had a ton of guys on yesterday. It was only 2-0. That game stayed under. I couldn't believe it. Yeah, no run first inning. You could look at that. I lean the under, but one thing, the numbers, like you talked about, the Cardinals hit Peralta, and the Brewers, they hit Flaherty. Both these teams have good numbers off these guys, so it's an interesting contrast here. I don't blame anyone looking over 3.5, but I'd only look under here with these two pitchers.
All right, Seattle Mariners and Texas Rangers. We've got Marco Gonzalez for the Mariners, and it's Mike Foltynewicz for the Texas Rangers. These are two teams, two pitchers, I think, that have seen a lot of each other of late. And we've got the Mariners here about a -145, actually up to -160 now as road favorites, 8.5 the total in this game. Seattle gets the 3-1 victory last night over Texas in the opener of this series. We'll see if Marco Gonzalez can pitch well, and he has pitched better the last 2 starts, and oddly enough, both of them against Texas. 1 run, 5 hits, 6 innings against them on August 1st. 1 run, 2 hits, complete game against Texas back on August 12th. So this will be the 3rd time this month Texas is going up against Marco Gonzalez, but he's pitched well against them previously. We'll see if he can keep it going here. Foltynewicz on the mound for Texas, who's actually pitched moderately better in his last 3 starts. 2 runs, 1 run, 3 runs allowed. It has been a little bit better from all 3 of those games go under. Could you get this game under? Yeah, I would lean that way, believe it or not. I mean, Gonzalez has shut down Texas. Foltynewicz has been a little bit better. I don't love it, but I would lean under just a little bit here, at least in the first 5 full game split, just in case you got bullpen issues. But absolutely the under is the way I would consider this one. I'm not going against Seattle because they need the game a lot more. They're battling for the wild card. But I'm just going to -160, unless you take them first 5 -0.5 a run. And I'm not sure I'm anxious to do that against a Texas team that, look, say what you want, their offense isn't good, but they're now facing this guy for a 3rd time in less than a month. And sometimes that's finally when you could see the lineup figure him out a little bit. So just a small lean to the Seattle first 5 and a small lean to the under full game and first 5. Connor, what do you think here? Seattle Tech.
Shout out to the chat, everyone. We appreciate it. Hit the like button, the share, all that fun stuff. We appreciate you being here. Thank you. Thank you. Man, this is difficult for me. These games. Gonzalez, this is the 5th time.
Like we're gonna wind through this card so quickly, your head's gonna spin. I hate this card. Like I'll be hard pressed to find a good best bet today. I'm telling you that right now. The shit card.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Connor.
Foltynewicz, I think this is his 5th start against Seattle. May 29th, July 4th. He's given up 2, 4, 3, 2. The last start, August 12th. You just saw him. 7 innings, 3 runs. 2 of them were home runs. That was the game I was on, their team total, and they hit solo home runs and won 2-1 or 3-1. Sorry, I scored 3 runs. Yeah, I just want no part. Gonzalez is a guy at any time that can get hit, but the Rangers can't hit, and Gonzalez has pitched well against them lately. So it's just difficult here. It's either you take the Mariners, close your eyes for them run line, or close your eyes and take the Rangers. It's +150 dogs with Foltynewicz on the mound. Pick your poison. I like the under, maybe the first 5. I just don't trust these guys, even with the shitty bats these two teams have.
All right, next up, we've got the Oakland Athletics and the Chicago White Sox. It's going to be Cole. No, it's actually we got a pitching change here. It was going to be Cole Irvin. Oh my gosh, is this who I think it is? Oh my gosh, it is. It's frickin' Paul Blackburn making the start here for the Oakland Athletics. Oh my God. Blackburn shitting in the dead of night. Take that shitty pitching, learn to pitch. You were only waiting for demotion to arise. Paul Blackburn here. This guy stinks from everything I've seen from him in the past. I'm looking at his numbers now. 4.97 ERA in AAA Las Vegas. That's not good for AAA numbers. In his last 2 seasons in the major league level, 13.5 ERA, 2.2 WHIP, and 13.1 innings. That's as bad as it gets. Yeah, you either have to look Chicago or nothing, especially with the Bulldog, Lance Lynn, on the mound for the White Sox here in this one. I'm on White Sox run line, man. Simple as that. And where's the headspace going to be for Oakland? They just watched Chris Bassett nearly, lose an eye, have maybe get brain damage and have just a catastrophic injury last night in that game. And now they got to rebound from that and play a day later. Yeah, Blackburn's awful. The AAA numbers are not good this year. He's been terrible in the last 2 seasons in the big leagues. Lance Lynn just continues to roll along for the most part, 2.26 ERA. You got a run line here that is currently -1.5 at even money. Yeah, I like that. White Sox run line. White Sox team total over. I'll probably bet that too. It's only 4.5. It's only 4.5, -130, -140. This White Sox team total over. So, yeah. Paul Blackburn shutting down this juggernaut lineup, which has mashed the ball the first 2 games against this Oakland team. Yeah, that's not going to be a good night, I think, for Paul Blackburn here. Emergency starter. Now, obviously, because of what happened last night, that's shifted around the pitching for Bob Melvin a little bit. But, yeah, that guy is just bet against City for me now that he's back in the big leagues. Connor Mack, what do you think here? A's White Sox.
Yeah, Blackburn's bad. White Sox team total, I think, is good. I think the game over. Yeah, Blackburn's bad. These numbers, I see him here in Vegas. I mean, all the time. He goes 5 innings, and he just gives up 4, 3, 4, 4, 5. One game, no earned run, 6. That was August 8th against Salt Lake. But he's 4 runs in AAA every start, 5 innings. So he's got to give up some here. One thing, though, I do have to say, Bulldog Lance Lynn, my guy, back him all the time. There's some good numbers by the A's off him. Marte Harrison's got 2 homers. Chapman's only 2 for 14, 2 homers. Piscotty 5 for 12 with a homer, 4 for 10. Lowry with a homer. Canna 7 for 15. So some good numbers. Maybe this game gets up and over the total as well.
I wouldn't argue with that. I ain't betting anything under involving Paul Blackburn. I like the White Sox team total over more, but I wouldn't talk anybody out of a over in the full game when it comes to a Blackburn. It's just a question of what does Lynn do tonight facing this Oakland team. Houston and Kansas City. We've got Zach Greinke, don't lose that fastball, for the Astros. Brady Singer for the Royals, and I'm singing away today, so it's very appropriate that Brady Singer's on the mound for Kansas City. Houston -170, road favorites, total 9 shaded to the over in this game. A lot of movement on the under here. Brady Singer is just he's an exercise of frustration in terms of capping this kid. He's one of these guys that some starts he looks really, really good, like that prospect and pitching prospect that the Royals think he could be at some point, and then there's other times he looks absolutely awful. And right now he's in a bad way for the Royals. He's given up 12 runs in his last 2 starts, 5.2 innings of work against the Orioles and the Yankees. He's been roughed up. Chances are he gets roughed up again here. Greinke's done well against the Royals in the past. He is coming off a gem against the Angels, 2-hit, 7-inning shutout over the Angels, and pitched pretty well before that too against Minnesota. So he had that one rough start against the Giants, but really other than that, he's given up 1-2-1-3-0, 5 of his last 6 starts. He's been good. He should get the win here. I know Kansas City has been a thorn in Houston's side in this series, winning the first 2 games, 7-6 and 3-1. I think Houston gets them back tonight. It's just Brady Singer's in a rough way right now. Houston -0.5 run in the first 5 innings, which is around -120. I like that a little bit. I think they get the lead after the first 5. I lean to the full game run line, but I don't like that as much because the bullpen for Houston can still be a little bit iffy at times. But the -0.5 run, -120 in the first 5 innings for the Astros. That bet does make some sense to me here in this one. What do you think, Connor Mack? Astros and Royals.
Astros, yeah, kind of need to win bad, to stop this losing streak. And Greinke on the road has been dominant all year long. I think Singer's got the problem with his shoulder. He's gone to the IL, I think once or twice this year, a little stint, shoulder fatigue. These last two starts, he's, 2 innings and 2 2/3 against the Yankees, 7 and 5 earned runs. I don't think something's right with him. So I think today the Astros finally get him. I don't see Singer. Can he, be the Singer that usually he only goes 4 or 5. He can't go further than that and give up a couple runs. But yeah, I'd only have to look Astros. I stayed away. Not the first game. I lost yesterday. I stayed away. Royals won again. Man, can I get the sweep with Singer on the mound? I don't know.
I'm seeing Paul Blackburn here. I know some in that Oakland game. I know some places still have it up as Irvin, but I'm seeing Blackburn.
I have Blackburn. He's listed.
It's Blackburn. It's Blackburn, which means it's hitting time, I think, tonight for the Chicago White Sox. But you never know. Sometimes these look too easy, right? We think this pitcher's dreadful, and they go out there and they shock you. But I don't think that's going to happen. Like this White Sox offense, we saw what they did last night. We saw what they did 2 nights ago against Montas. They're starting to get the bats going. They're healthy again. I mean, it's murderer's row. Tim Anderson, Moncada, Eloy Jimenez, Lewis Roberts back now. I mean, it's just a huge lineup, just a big-time, powerful offense right now. In theory, it should be one that Blackburn has trouble with tonight. But anyway, moving on, Philadelphia and Arizona. Ranger Suarez, and it looks like we've got Castellanos on the mound here for the Arizona Humberto Castellanos for the Diamondbacks in this one. Philadelphia right now, minus 165 road favorites, 9.5 the total, shaded to the under. I ain't laying this price with Philly, and they frustrated me last night. I only got a lousy push with them in the first 5 innings, and of course they ended up losing the game to a lowly, sad sack Arizona team, who actually has played a little bit better lately. Remember, they took a few games from San Diego, but for the Phillies, who are trying to battle for first place in the NL East, it's a bad look, and it is a bad loss losing that game last night. Simple as that. And I'm not laying this price with Suarez. Castellanos, on the other hand, do we really trust him going into this start? I personally don't. He's making a spot start here for the Arizona Diamondbacks. He did start against Colorado on July 7th and pitched 4 scoreless innings, gave up 4 hits and 2.3 ERA overall this year for the Cardinals, or not the Cardinals, the Diamondbacks. I'll say this right now. Suarez, though, he's been pretty solid himself this year for the Phillies. Got a very good ERA, 1.07. So could this be a first 5 under? Potentially. I mean, Taylor
live
Widener,
over.
They couldn't hit
first 5 under, live over it.
I agree with that. That's a good way to go, I think, in this game. I think there's a no-run first inning, says Dan Bonner in our chat. I wouldn't argue with that. They couldn't hit the Phillies' Taylor Widener last night. You can't tell me Humberto Castellanos is markedly worse than that. And Ranger Suarez has been good, believe it or not, for the Phillies in these starts that he's gotten. So I kind of like that first 5 under, and I like what Conor's thinking. Once you get these starters out of there, because they have the potential to pitch decent, you've got 2 very, very suspect bullpens, and maybe that's when the runs start to arrive in this game tonight once the starters leave the game. Conor, Mac, what do you think here? Phillies Diamondbacks.
Yeah, I'm off here. This one, I kind of lean that. I wish I was on the first 5 under yesterday with Gibson. I thought about that one a lot. I didn't pull the trigger. One thing, Ranger Suarez, Ranger Rick, I mean, he's just going to go 3 or 4 innings, but he's pitched well as a starter. That's all he's going to go. So, the rest will be the bullpen. And Castellanos, that's what he's going to go. He's just probably going to go maybe 4 innings. So a lot of bullpens after that. So, yeah, maybe early, no runs, but no, this could be a live one. I liked it over Phillies bullpen. I don't like, and I definitely like to fade the D-backs bullpen. But they pitched a little bit better lately and won some games. I've cashed with them a few times. And shit, I wish I was on them last night, but I don't want them here.
All right, we got the 7th inning stretch now because we have reached the West Coast games, or the West Coast game. There's only one West Coast game tonight, Pittsburgh and the Dodgers. Thanks to everyone in the chat. Again, we apologize for the later start today. It's only going to happen today. We're back to our normal time tomorrow, 4 p.m. Eastern. We wanted to get these college football videos done today, so that's why we pushed the show back a little bit. But thank you to everyone for your patience. We appreciate it. Sean Thompson, Javi, Cash Action Bets, Eric Jones, Douglas Johnson, and everybody in the chat. We appreciate that. DX Filer, Real Deal Prime, Zach Wilson for MVP. Let's calm down a little bit there with that, but I like the name. Mark Schillingberg, Crystal Warren, good stuff. Mohammed, everybody in the chat, we appreciate you guys. Bill McDonald, we had Sean Thompson, Nathan Cerna, Ron Fox, Douglas Johnson. We appreciate it. Lit Picks, Lance LaRose, JR, Big Daddy Boom, The Reaper, Ron, Kevin DeFreitas. We appreciate everybody joining us. Williams Funds Videos, Not Applicable, Ron Crawford. I think we got just about everybody. Raw Dog 12, Jamail Stone, Greatson, Leroy Flood. Appreciate everybody. Thanks for joining us here on the MLB Closing Time Show. We wrap it up with the final game on this Wednesday night slate. Pittsburgh Pirates, LA Dodgers. We've got JT Brubaker on the mound for the Pirates. Starter to be determined here for the LA Dodgers tonight. So we'll see who it ends up being. The price was initially the Dodgers around minus 300 and a total of 8.5 here in this game tonight. Brubaker has actually lost 8 straight starts, Pittsburgh, with him on the mound. It's been rough. 6.47 ERA in 11 starts, 15 home runs during that span. So he's really had a tough fall from grace after actually a somewhat decent start to the year here for the Pittsburgh Pirates. But the Dodgers, again, starter to be determined tonight. It was initially, it looks like, going to be White here for the LA Dodgers tonight, making the start for them. But now it's been vacated. I'm sure he'll be involved still somewhat in the pitching plan tonight for Dave Roberts' team, but we just don't know exactly how it's going to unfold. But again, the Dodgers are scrambling right now. Dustin May, Clayton Kershaw, Julio Urias with the calf, Gonsolin, Bauer, of course, not returning to the team, and they're left scrambling right now in terms of who's going to start for them tonight and moving forward. But it looks like it's going to be another bullpen day for this Dodgers team with, again, Buehler, Scherzer, and Price are the guys basically holding this rotation together right now. Mitch White, by the way, will be involved in the pitching plan, but they just don't know if he's going to be the opener or if he's going to come in after whoever opens this game for the Dodgers. But basically, you're looking at a bullpen game. Question is the Pirates offense so bad right now that they can't even hit a bullpen day for the LA Dodgers coming at them tonight? That's the question. So if I were to bet it, I'd probably maybe just stick to a Dodgers team total rather than trust the Pirates to do anything offensively right now. But the Dodgers team total, we'll have to see. I'm sure it'll be 5.5 when it comes out, but I'd lean in that direction. But when it's all said and done, it's probably not a game that I'm going to end up putting a penny on. What do you think here, Conor? Pirates and Dodgers?
Yeah, I don't know if I am either. I'm going to wait for the Dodger lineup to come out here. Still waiting on it. That's the one way I want to look here is the Dodgers team total. Game 1, I took the first 5 under. I almost took it last night, and I almost took the Dodger team total, and it looked like it was good. I didn't bet it. They didn't get there last night, I don't think. Did they score a run? It was under, right? 4-3. Yeah, and the game stayed under, too, the full game. But, yeah, I lean their team total over 5.5. It's plus 105. I just want to see the lineup. Brubaker's just been awful. I backed him early on in the year, and his problem's the long ball. And in this lineup, I think some of these Dodgers can hit bombs tonight.
All right, there you go. That is the MLB card here for this Wednesday card. We appreciate it. Thanks to everyone for hanging in there with us despite the later start time to the show. We really do appreciate that. Thanks to everyone for tuning in. We will get to best bets. We will get to Jack of the Day in just a second to wrap up the show as always. But first, messages right now from Southtown 101 and Manscaped. All right, Southtown 101. When you're in San Antonio, Texas, stop in for great food, drinks, live music, DJs, and karaoke at Southtown 101. Manscaped promo code PubSports, 20% off your purchase using the promo code PubSports of the Lawnmower 4.0 or any Manscaped product. So take advantage of that. Get 20% off your purchase at manscaped.com by using the promo code PubSports and mybookie.ag. Promo code PubSports. A great time of year with football season here. We've got NFL, college football, CFL, all ongoing. Now's the time to sign up with mybookie.ag. Open up an account. Get ready for MLB season, for football season. Mybookie.ag. Promo code PubSports. 20 Bitcoin accepted currency for your deposit as well. So mybookie.ag and use the promo code PubSports. All right, it's that time of the show. Best bets in a second, but first, time for Jack of the Day.
Well, see you later.
Daytime here on this edition of the MLB Closing Time Show. Let's see what we've got to look at tonight in terms of home runs. I like JD Martinez. He's got 2 against Heaney, 3 for 6, 500 average. That's absolutely a Jack of the Day candidate for me. JD Martinez for the Boston Red Sox. When I go down the list here, for the other games, I like Nelson Cruz to hit a home run off Watkins. He's 2 for 3, and one of those has been a home run. So Nelson Cruz to go along with JD Martinez. Paul Goldschmidt with 2 home runs off Freddie Peralta on a 4 for 8 passed against him. So Goldschmidt, and he's been hitting pretty well lately. I'd go with that a little bit. Christian Yelich does have 2 against Flaherty, so you could go in that direction as well. In terms of home run props, J.P. Crawford has 3 against Fultonevich. So there's another one that stands out to me as well. As far as I think Paul Blackburn gets hit, but not many White Sox have much familiarity with him. Juan Moncada does have 3 RBIs against him. So maybe you can look at Moncada for Jack of the Day. Other than that, that's it. So the main ones, though, are probably J.D. Martinez and Paul Goldschmidt. I like those ones quite a bit, and Nelson Cruz as well. Conor Mack, what do you think for Jack of the Day?
Yeah, you could look for one of these A's that have some success off Lynn. They got big prices like Harrison or Canna there. But mine was Freddie Freeman. He's plus 500. He's a big price today. I think he gets it. Altuve, I think he's due for one off Singer, plus 400. I'm going to take a guy. He's 3 for 4 for 5 with a jack. I took him the other day. He's a leadoff guy. Doesn't hit a ton of homers. He's plus 750. Whit Merrifield today off Greinke. And I'm going to take one Dodger. I'm going to take Seager. He's plus 380. There's not a lot of value on these Dodgers home run props, but give me Corey Seager plus 380 tonight.
All right, best bet time. Conor Mack, what do you got for us for a best bet?
I'm going with, I like both these, the Red Sox, but I'm going Braves. After only 2 last night, I don't like Luzardo. I think they get over 4.5. Braves team total, my best bet.
Braves team total over 4.5. Best bet for Conor Mack. I need a slump buster with my best bet. Best bets have been tough the last few days, so hopefully we turn it around. Actually, yesterday was an up and down day. The day before, the best bet lost, but I had a good day overall. So it's just the best bet. You know, we're missing the mark here. We're just picking the wrong game. So hopefully we can change that tonight. And this is clearly now the one that stands out to me now that he's pitching for Oakland. Paul Blackburn. White Sox team total over 4.5, minus 130, minus 140. I think this is what gets us out of our little funk here with the best bets. Even though, again, personally, in terms of the overall card each day, things have been okay the last couple of days, but the best bets just have not been great. But this is the one I think that gets us back in the win column. Chicago White
Paul
Sox
Blackburn.
over 4.5. Paul Blackburn on the mound, 100%. They're hitting the ball really well right now. He's got dreadful numbers in the major leagues. The last 2 seasons he's been in the major leagues, Blackburn, and his AAA numbers are almost a 5 ERA. That's not good for being in AAA. And now you got to face one of the best offenses in baseball. So Chicago White Sox over 4.5 team total. That is going to be my best bet for this Wednesday MLB card. And that'll wrap up this edition of the MLB Closing Time Show. Thanks to everyone in the chat for joining us. We'll be back at our regular start time tomorrow, 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific for the Thursday edition of the show. For Conor Mack, I'm Ian Cameron. Have a great Wednesday night. Enjoy the games and good luck. We'll see you again tomorrow on Thursday for the MLB Closing Time Show right here on Pub Sports Radio.